Hey friends, please like and subscribe for more amazing stories. For as long as I can remember, I hated school. Not because the subjects were hard to learn or because my grades were poor. It was strictly because I was bullied. I was never the cool kid with the latest and greatest stuff and never dressed stylishly. None of that mattered to me because I loved learning. But for some reason, it mattered a lot to my bully, Miles. Look at Ian's clothes. What a loser. He even has a hole in his backpack. I couldn't understand why any of that mattered or why I was bullied over it. I even went through a phase of begging my mom for new things just to prevent the bullying. I didn't care about having nice things. All I wanted was to go to school in peace. My mom didn't know the real reason when I asked her. Mom, I want these new shoes so badly. They're so cool, and I've had these plain ones for years.
I'm sorry, but we can't afford them. They're way too expensive, and your other ones are fine.
But Mom... I remember feeling bad for lying to my mom, and asking for fancy-looking shoes that I didn't even want. I couldn't even tell her the real reason why I wanted them. The bullying continued through high school, and I couldn't wait to break free from my bullies once I went to college. I was planning to get a business degree, and my main goal was to become a well-known businessman. Eventually, money would never be an issue for me. I always excelled in my schooling, and college was no different. I spent long hours studying while in the library. There were even a few girls who approached me, but I turned down the idea of dating. I was nervous because I was bullied so much that I never thought a girl might actually like me. But dating could have also taken my focus away from school, and I needed to be the best I could. But before I graduated, something terrible happened. I got an unexpected phone call from my uncle. Hello? I'm sorry to tell you this, Ian, but your mother passed away last night. I instantly broke down in tears. My mom had passed away suddenly. As much as I wanted to become a successful businessman to feel accomplished, I wanted to do it so I could give it back to my mom. Growing up, she worked long hours at a factory where she packaged food. She often worked overtime and sometimes missed holidays because she had to work. She would come home with sore legs after standing for so many hours. I promised myself that I would get my degree and work my way up to the business world. One day, I could make it to where money was never a worry for her. But before I even graduated, that dream was ripped away from me. I leaned on my best friend, George, who kept me from dropping out of school altogether. It doesn't feel worth doing all this hard work if my mom isn't even here to see it. You can't give up now, Ian. You only have one semester left. Even if it's the hardest one yet, it'll all be worth it when you graduate. Your mom wouldn't want you to quit and leave your dream behind. George was right. I had to push through for my mom and the dream that I had for so long. My last semester was anything but easy. But I graduated and landed an amazing job right away. It taught me everything about the business world. George even introduced me to his beautiful cousin, who moved to our city, and we fell in love. It's been 20 years since I graduated high school, and when I received the class reunion invitation in the mail, I wasn't so certain that I wanted to go.
Aw, you have to go, Ian. That's an important milestone, and you never attended the 10-year reunion.
You really think I should?
Absolutely. You can show the world how successful you've become.
I took Kat's advice, and we attended the event together. I knew my bullies might be there. But so much time had passed, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to make amends with me. Kat and I arrived at the auditorium, near where I worked. I felt confident seeing all my old classmates, especially with a gorgeous woman on my arm. As soon as I started making small talk with some old friends, I felt someone tap my shoulder. Look who it is! Ian with some raggedy clothes and glasses. Some things never change. Everyone around him joined in on the laughter. I should have known nothing had changed about Miles. I was successful now with a lot of money, but I never turned to materialistic things like clothes to prove it. I stayed humble and kept my outdated wardrobe and old car. Money couldn't buy my happiness. But Miles was right. Some things never change, and horrible people have a hard time doing anything better with their lives. He was the perfect example of that. I tried to laugh it off, but all it did was give me flashbacks. We all thought you must got your clothes out of a dumpster. I had enough of his comments. I could feel my face turning red and my hands sweating as I held in my anger. Without another word, I stormed off to find Kat, who was making a plate of food at the buffet. Miles is here, pulling the same stunts he did in high school. Everyone is laughing at me all over again.
Tell them there's a cocktail party at the hotel.
I need to get back at them. Kat was a genius. I could trick all of them into coming to the hotel that I owned. As soon as they walked in there, they'd regret laughing at me. After an hour and a half at the auditorium, I told everyone that the hotel down the street had a special cocktail hour going on. Miles even tried to joke that I couldn't afford to buy a drink. Then he noticed Kat was on my arm, and I could see that it confused him. We all walked to the hotel, and Kat and I were giddy for the group of old classmates to see exactly who they were making fun of. I was no longer the loser kid of our class who came from a poor family. I was far richer than any of them. Miles led the crowd to the front desk. "Where's this cocktail party?" As soon as he stopped yelling, I knew he'd spotted the large portrait of me hanging on the back wall. The gold plate beneath it listed my name and my role in the hotel. Owner and operator. Everyone slowly turned around to look at me, and Kat clutched her arm around me tighter. The looks on their faces were priceless. Miles immediately ran over to me. You own this hotel? I'm so sorry. I had no idea you got so much success after graduation. I never would have." I interrupted him to further prove his point. "So now you're sorry because you see that I'm rich and successful. If I wasn't, nothing would have changed." "I couldn't have known. You dress like when you did back when you were poor. I thought everything was the same as it was back then." "Well, now you're the joke. All of you are." Miles and everyone that chimed in to laugh at his jokes all looked mortified by the truth. They scattered out of the hotel to hide their regret.
They had no idea who they were messing with, did they?
Never judge someone by appearance. Know that many successful people stay humble. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.